Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Studios here, and welcome to part 13 of the Frozen Awards 2024 Best Original Screenplay and Best Adapted Screenplay. Yes, people, I am putting two award categories in one video. For two reasons. One, to speed things up so I wouldn't have to slow down, and two, because, well, they're both technically the same category, but, you get the point. So yeah, best original screenplay goes to the movie that has the best, well, pretty much original script, a story that is completely original and nothing that takes borrows elements from a source material. While best adapted screenplay the best adapted screenplay award goes to the movie that well, pretty much has the best adapted screenplay, well, the best writing in a movie that borrows it up, that borrows elements from, but not borrow, but rather is based on either a popular IP or a popular IP or well, anything else, and it stays true to whatever it's adapting. It's very faithful. So yeah, the story is usually considered to be the most important aspect of film. It's not my personal favorite, but I do acknowledge it as the most important aspect of film. There are some people who judge movies purely based on the story, and if other things in the movie is good and are good, and the story is bad, then they immediately give it a thumbs down. Yeah, that's how people. That's how crucial people are towards the story. Personally, I don't think the story is the only thing that makes the movie good. Hell, I don't think it's the main thing that makes the movie good, because if you want to judge a story by the story itself, well, just judge a book then. It will still be my pleasure to give this award to determine which is the best story of the year. So without further ado, here are the nominees for Best Original Screenplay: The Creator, The Holdovers, The Iron Claw, Past Lives, Suzume, Wish. And the award for Best Original Screenplay goes to Past Lives. Yeah, I think you're shocked by this pick. You're all gonna thinking, oh, Wish got nominated. Of course, Frozen is going to award Wish. Well, I gotta be honest. I will admit, the story in Wish, the screenplay is not one of my favorite aspects of Wish. Yeah, sure, I love and defend the story. I mean, I know most people would say that the story is the main reason as to why they hated Wish. But to me personally, there are other things to love about Wish other than its story. And I think the story is maybe the weakest aspect of the film. Even though I still love the story, it's not saying much, definitely. So, yeah. And also, just because a movie is the best movie of the year specifically, doesn't mean that doesn't mean it has the best story. Heck, Past Lives didn't even make my top 10 favorite movies of the year list, and it still won the award for best original screenplay. But yeah, this is for good reasons. I mean, man, yeah, this certainly has one of the best scripts of the year. Yeah, maybe arguably the best. Well, we'll see what I can say for adapted screenplay. But yeah, this screenplay is so good. It is a very simple yet heartwarming story. Story about moving on and letting go of your past. And this movie uses such clever concepts of what if. Yeah, it's a very simple story about two childhood friends who separated lives, and then they suddenly reunite, and then the movie asks us so much of philosophical what if questions, like what if what if I was with you, what if I ended up with you, what if you never left me, what if we ended up being engaged, what if we ended up getting married. Yeah, those kinds of questions. Yeah, I mean, this takes a very realistic and grounded approach on what ifs, like what if this happened to us, and it actually made me rethink about my life. I also always had thoughts of these what ifs, like what if this happened to me in my life. I always would think that way. Yeah, so yeah, Past Lives is just Yeah, just a brilliant, a simple yet brilliant plot that really dives deep into these questions, and that's why Past Lives deserves the win for best original screenplay. Now on to the latter. Here are the nominees for best adapted screenplay: Barbie, The Boy and the Heron, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And the award for Best Adapted Screenplay goes to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Yep, that's right. I awarded the best movie of the nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay. I mean, for best original screenplay, I mean the movie that I awarded Past Lives isn't even the best in the category as a movie, as I prefer Wish and as I prefer Wish over it. But with best adapted screenplay, yeah, I awarded my second favorite film of the year in general, and quite possibly the best main movie of the year. In fact, yeah, if I were to put an entire best screenplay as the one category without separating original screenplays and adapted screenplays, Spider Verse would actually win the award. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, this easily has the best screenplay of the entire year in general. Yeah, Across the Spider Verse is freaking brilliant in all the best ways possible. Yeah, this movie makes perfect use of the multiverse and its rules. And its rules, yeah, and especially when it comes to its canon events, and this movie has such great messages that stories can go different ways. Not everything has to be formulaic and the same thing. Yeah, this is a very complex, multi-layered, and tight script that actually gets audiences to think. And also, one thing I love about Across the Spider-Verse, it's build up. Build up to getting to be in the dimension. Yeah, you'd expect that they go in the dimension for 30 minutes, like 30 minutes into the movie, but no, the movie actually takes its time to build up to this event by showing by giving us an update on what Miles' life is. And Miles' life is balancing his life between being himself and being Spider-Man, and it's just really something. The way that they build it up is really good, but when it gets to the multiverse, oh boy, yeah, that's where things start cooking. And the plot just the tension of the plot just gets higher and higher and higher and higher from here. And yeah, so much brilliance into the story, yeah. And I know I already said this in my movie review, and I explained it so many times, but I'm surprised that no one talks about this. This movie actually has a brilliant meta commentary on Spider-Man storylines. Yeah, how come no one else noticed the meta commentary in this movie, or is it just me? But yeah, this movie has such a great. This movie brilliantly uses a meta commentary on Spider-Man stories lines. Making fun of how making fun of how different Spider-Man storylines play the same. Peter Parker gets bitten by a spider. His uncle or any family member gets killed. He must save the city. Yada yada, and it goes on and on and on. Yeah. And all that stuff, yeah, it really plays into it, and Miles, changes the story, but then you got Miguel O'Hara who goes after Miles for breaking the canon, and yeah, and also this movie has some of the best character developments, from Miles being even more relatable than he was in the first film, in its predecessor. Of course, Gwen Stacy being one of the most relatable characters ever. Her character is just so well written, and even the dialogue on her monologue it's just so spot on. And even Spot had some brilliant character development, going from the villain of the week to a multiversal level rank villain, like who can literally be compared to Thanos. Yeah, and yeah, this movie is just full of plot twists and turns, especially in the end. Yeah, the writers just really kept the tension going, of filling us with ideas that actually make you think. And I never thought I'd see that in an animated movie. So yeah, with all of that said, yep, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse deserves the Frozen Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. So that's all for my Frozen Awards for Best Original and Adapted Screenplay. Stay tuned for Part 14, which is Best Production Design. Bye, guys.